Hi people! This guide will show you the way from the beginning towards the end on the no-shell run. I also included all the best paths, where to go when and what to pick up. This way you will upgrade to the max with the default weapon and it will get easier that way. Note that you can also try getting some other weapon, but the hollow sword is just fine to go with. One warning. Do not touch or interact with any shell during this whole game. This will void the trophy. Also one hint. You can also combine one more trophy for this run, and that one is Life is Suffering. It's by interacting with the secret Fallgrim Area altar just before the final boss fight. You can find all the timestamps in the description for an easy navigation, and I will try to explain boss fights and some points in this guide. Defeating the Hadern boss in the tutorial is not hard. It's the only fight where you're not dead after an enemy hits you. Just do the run plus jump attacks and harden when you do so. The rest is about memorizing pattern a bit and dodging often, of course, but that is easy as you have really high stamina in this form. When you arrive at the Fallgrim start area, just go directly into the Fallgrim Tower and speak with Sister.
You're unadorned.
Now, I suggest you run and pick up the Quenching Acid, and if you die after picking up the item, you will still have it, don't worry about dying. The next thing you can pick up is the mechanical spike weapon upgrade for your hollowed sword, so do that, go to Grisha, you don't have to kill her, kill him, I don't know, just pick up the upgrade. And now, with those two upgrades, go to your workbench and use them. The next area where you should go now from the Fallgrim Tower is the Crypt of the Martyrs, so just run towards there and speak with Sister there to activate the checkpoint. Okay, so here, from the beginning, you should go towards the Enslaved Grisha boss, but along the way there is one chest you should open to get the Quenching Acid. Well, the Enslaved Grisha boss is not so hard. At the beginning just use your Hadern to avoid the first run towards your attack, and after that I suggest running and using the jump attack and just dodging. It's a very easy strategy and it works. Now, from the Mills checkpoint, Middle Sister, you should go towards the last one, but along the way you should be careful about few things. For example, here. You need to harden here because the enemy can hit you in your back and you don't want to die here. After that, there is one chest to take care of and it's the Quenching Acid one. You will see. Pick that up and after that just run towards the sister. Of course, last time in the last clip I died and it teleported me back to the sister, so I just repeated the step, and alongside the way, before the last sister, there is one hidden chest underneath some spikes. You need to break those to get the tar item. That tar item will give you, I think, 750 tars, which is required for something you will need to buy later on, so be sure to pick it up. And now, for me, this was the toughest fight in the whole game. The start is easy. Tarsus is quite easy in this first form, but the second form is a disaster. When you start this fight, just avoid these strifes. There is one neat trick you should know about here. So when he disappears, you will not anymore be locked onto him. So just spam on R3. R3 will find him and it will turn around your camera. And this thing, you can always stagger him on this phase. Just be sure you start hitting him soon enough. If not, then after three kicks, just move away. Also, these swings he does, after this one, you should run and jump towards him and do as much as you can here. Sometimes after this attack, he immediately stabs his sword into the ground, and that is your cue to just keep kicking him. Yeah. Yeah, and now the second phase. This is very hard, Just be careful about the arena boundaries. If you touch the arena boundaries, you will die. I died like millions of times. Just be careful where you are. When you're under the light, you're around the middle. Now this first phase, you should use the special. I missed him, but yeah, you should do that. You have 2 opportunities. I suggest you leave 4 resolve bars for this second phase and just use the first one on his first attack. This attack is the most overpowered one he will use. When you see him swinging his sword, run away. Run away somewhere and then wait there. After that, he will do the 2-move strike, and that's a good opportunity to use the special skill, but you can also harden and avoid that one. What you want to do is to wait when he does that attack twice, so running towards you and trying to kick you, like this. Now he will do the second, yeah, and after that one you should hit him. But use the harden. Like you see, he can sometimes randomly use the counter attack. And yeah, you should be careful about that. Another good opportunity to kick him is when he slides, but when he slides left or right, like this, but not now, of course. When he slides left or right, you can also try to stab him with R2 button, with the regular strong attack. This swing is maybe the worst one because it's quite fast, but after this attack you can attack him. But also be very careful about the counter attack and only use this opportunity to attack him if you can harden yourself. Even if he does counter you, if you avoid that, there is also a good opportunity to kick him again, and that time he cannot counter, so you have like 2-3 strikes in that part. Like you saw now, I just kicked him while he was strafing. Well, that is that. The rest is just memorizing all the patterns and trying to be careful. That's it. And good luck, you will need it. Not much to say here. When you defeat him, you need to leave the crypt, so make your way out of the crypt. Just be careful about the falling enemies. Your Taurus, or whatever it's called, this thing on your back, will glow red when something is approaching you from the ceiling. But you can avoid that just by sticking to the sides of the area, like I was sticking to the right side, you will see a bit later on. And be careful about the spikes. When you see the trembling, harden yourself. You can die. It's random, you can die, but I died a couple of times, so I decided to use the harden.
Foundling.
When you're out, you can pick up this. You can pick up locked chests now, but the only thing you should focus now on is just to return to the Fallgrim Tower checkpoint. Okay, one thing now. Since you're now in the fog kinda area, you can pick up the locked chests. So from the Fallgrim Tower checkpoint, just go here and pick up the Quenching Acid upgrade. The second thing you should pick up now, also in the same when you're in the same fog area. So before giving the Gland to the old prisoner, you need to run towards the next weapon upgrade, which is very useful. It's the Molten Spike weapon upgrade, and yeah, just follow this location, pick it up. You can also die after you pick it up, you will still have it in your inventory, but yeah, be careful. can now give the Gland to the old prisoner after you pick up those previous 2 items. If you do this before picking up the items, you can talk to the guy in the upper floor, here on the same floor, and for 1 glimpse you can still activate the fog thingy.
I will infuse your tarnished seal.
This part is very important, I would say. This is the path towards the Forbidden Offering. That upgrade will raise your resolve game, and resolve you use to activate your special attacks, and those, believe me, will save you on boss fights. So after giving the Gland to the old prisoner, now you just need 3000 tar, and if you picked up that 1 tar item plus the frozen boss fight, you will have enough. So use those 2 tar items and just run towards the corrupt sister, buy the upgrade from her, return back, and then you can use all the items at the workbench you picked up. You should be quite strong at this point, so now your next destination is Shrine of Ash. Boss there is very easy, I would say very easy. I beat him after my first try, so I don't think you will have any issues there. So from the Fallgrim Tower checkpoint, after upgrading everything you can, run there and enter the Shrine of Ash. Inside, from the first sister, now you need to run towards the second sister, so towards the middle point, and along the way you can find 1 more Quenching Acid. It's quite easy to pick up, and that's the 5th one. That's the last one you need for upgrading this weapon, this hollow sword, to its maximum. You can also use different weapons, but for that you need to defeat bosses for those. And yeah, I don't suggest that, because this hollow sword is just strong enough. With all the upgrades, it gets quite easy with this. Not much to say here. From the middle point you need to reach the last point, and that is the point before the boss, so talk to sister there and you are ready for another boss fight.
When you find
For me, this was the easiest boss fight in the whole no-shell run. I was just dodging, and after he was done with his chain of attacks, I was just running and jumping, and that's it. Sometimes I also used Hadern to harden myself, but other than that, not much to say. Just use this in both phases, and when you fill up your special, use that, because that will stagger him 100%, and you have an opportunity to inflict couple of damage points, of course, couple of attacks. And since you now have Forbidden Offering upgrade, your resolve will fill up faster, so that means you can often use your special attacks to make this quite easy. Now, with the new Gland, you can return to the Fallgrim Tower, and from there, we'll take it from there, so just return there.
when you begin.
Give the Gland to the old prisoner and use the Workbench to use your final Quenching Acid upgrade, which will max out the weapon you're now holding, and you're ready for everything. You don't have to pick up anything from this point, but you will have to pick up one more thing, so be careful before the final boss, but I will note that when the time comes. And our next destination is the Seat of Infinity, so go there. This is quite a big area, but now you don't need to pick up anything, you just need to use the torches. You have 3 of those in this first lower floor, there is one on the upper floor, and more or less that is it. From the beginning, just run towards the first torch and we will take it from there. The second torch is on the east side from the middle torch you just used. Be careful on the middle. On the first torch, when you activate that one, the enemies will appear. And also from the first torch you can go west, and there is the third torch you need to activate, so do that and we are ready for the next point. And that next point is now reaching the dim gate, which is the middle point in this area. Now from this second middle checkpoint, you should go upstairs and there is a fourth torch. I'm not sure if you need to activate that one, but I did it anyway. And after you do that, then you should also go upstairs, use one of the teleports to unlock the shortcut, and that will be it for this part. You're almost done now. Now you can use the shortcut and you can reach the final checkpoint. The Crucix boss here, he is not so tough. Just be careful here at the beginning to harden yourself when you're falling down, because I think you can die, but I'm not sure. I was always hardening myself, so I have no idea. Now the boss. You should be careful about few things. The most problematic part is when he kneels down, he will shoot arrows. But as long as he is on the ground, you're good to go. So this, when he does the 2 attacks, after that he will do the 3rd one, so be sure to harden yourself. And this is the best opportunity to attack him. So when he attack with his spear, then you have opportunity to kick him like 3-4 times. And this is the phase I was talking about. You can also harden here, but that can take up to I think 1 minute of waiting, so it doesn't make much sense. So I was just dodging and running towards him to yeah, get him on his legs. You can also use the special, but that is a bit tricky because he will kneel down and the small guy will just shoot arrows towards you, so be careful about that. The second phase is much easier because he is the only one now in this fight. You don't have to worry about the small guy anymore. Just be careful about his combo attacks. For start, for example, you can just dodge and see his patterns. There are few to take care of, to memorize, and after that it should be quite easy. Use harden often when you have the opportunity, and that's it. And in this phase make sure to use the special attack, because when he is staggered no one can attack you and you can land few strikes, fill up the gouge very fast, do it again and kill him in no time. You will of course get a new gland, and with this new gland you just need to go back towards the old prisoner now. So this first part of returning back is quite easy. The worst part is when you reach the part when you see a lot of archers. They all shoot at the same time, you will see. But the formula is to harden yourself, wait for a perfect opportunity when they stop, run, dodge, run, dodge, run, dodge, and that is it.
When you find a mortal, together we will find glimpses of what makes them human.
Now be careful. When you are returning the last Gland to the old prisoner, after talking with him, choose, well, either option I think, and do not jump after him in the hall.
The fault. Yet, hand it over and claim it. Stay back. Ah, pitiful maggot. Faith, come, ask it. It's time.
Before the final boss, you should visit one more location here in the Fallgrim area, and that is the secret altar where you need to go into your obsidian dark form. It's basically, it removes all your shells, but as this run is no shell run, and I hope you didn't pick up any shell along the way, you just need to, well, use that altar. Nothing will change, but that is a prerequisite for Life is Suffering trophy. So reach that altar and return back to the sister. And well, you're ready for the final boss. The final boss is quite easy, I would say. It's quite easy, and all you have to think about is, well, dodging. You can land for like 2-3 strikes, then dodge, then 2-3 strikes, then dodge. Every time it's the same, more or less. Use your special often and use the L2 plus R2 buttons. That is the Molten Strike, and that one is much stronger than the first one because it puts him to it burns him, and you can inflict more damage. So be careful about those swings and his attacks. And the first phase is quite easy. Just be careful when you do actually use the special skill on him. He can kick you with his head, so be sure to dodge. I missed a couple of times, but don't worry about those. Just worry about inflicting the damage and about dodging these waves. And if you think he will hit you, then just harden yourself. phase is also quite easy, just be careful so they don't hit you, use your harden often, do not go close if you don't have opportunity to harden yourself. Try to kill as much as you can, but don't worry about it too much, because yeah, the boss is easier when he gets out of this hole and you can deplete his health in no time. Now it's the same, you need to dodge his attacks, and this part is a bit tricky. This is the hardest thing in this fight, because he will attack and those minions will attack. So you need to dodge, you need to be careful what the boss is doing, and yeah, of course use the harden often and use the R2 attack to, well, wipe out those small guys, but in combination with harden, I would suggest. After they're dead, he should go down in no time. Be sure to fill your resolve, use your special attacks, and you are done. And this is it. This was my last run of the game, and I unlocked the last few trophies, and after that the platinum popped, so I was done. Well, I love this game, it was quite good. I think I will do a review soon, and thanks for watching this video. I hope I helped, and cheers!
Your ascension, or will you shepherd me across the world? I see nothing now, nothing at all.